Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Sue.
Hi, everyone. I just really appreciate everybody getting on the call today. I'd love to find out, even just before we start talking, if you've already registered or you're thinking about registering. Let me know. It's always good to know like who's on the call, if anybody's really already signed up to attend. It's going to be really amazing. So we've actually done this event one other time in 2020. Or 2019, actually. It was December of 2019. It was the very last event that we did. And it was magical. Actually, it was really pretty special for me just because of life circumstances and what was going on at the time. And what was beautiful was just the collective that came. And this event is going to trump that event by a lot. And I'll explain why. I mean, it's actually, I think, an opportunity of a lifetime, especially for any of you guys who are really working to learn how to melt and you feel like you need a little bit of hands-on care. And I even see some people who were here before. So good to see you guys who were here in the last event in 2019. So actually, if you have been to the event, also put that in the chat too, so that we know. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to share my screen just to give you guys a little bit of a lay of the land of what this whole event is all about. And it really is going to be special. There's no doubt about it. And really anything with the melt community, I always feel is like, you know, world class. So this was actually our collective from the last time that we went, and it was awesome. I mean, it was really an incredible group of men and women who came. We just had a really great time when we were there. So this is a self-care event. Let me bring myself down here. It's a self-care event. And what do I mean by that is I always ask people, where are you in your self-practice? And, you know, and I mean that on every level: self-talk, self-love, self-acceptance, self-truth, self-honesty, you know, self-realization. And if you're somebody who maybe you're in a place of your life where you've been kind of questioning, like, what's the meaning of life, or why am I here, or, you know, where is my support? This to me is the opportunity to realize that you're kind of amongst a community of really like-minded individuals. So first, this event is October the 28th to November 4th. So it's 8 days and 7 nights. And this place, Pura Vida, is fantastic. The food is world-class. The resort is kind of tucked away in the mountains overlooking coffee farms. And we're in what they call the rain clouds. So it's just got this glorious look to it. And at this time of year, when we went the last time, we were in December, and they said, oh, it's the worst time. And it was actually incredible. October to November is still one of those times of years where most often it like rains a little in the day, but then it's beautiful all day. And we basically begin your journey kind of, you know, in a stress-free environment to deepen your melt practice, as well as just, again, your self-care practice through daily classes. We've got self-care workshops that'll just basically help you relax, heal, ease chronic pain, and improve your overall well-being. Unbeknownst to a lot of people, on top of doing melt, I do a lot of other things. But what we're adding to this event is kind of daily talks so that you guys can kind of have your voice heard. Sometimes it's just you know, we're afraid to talk in a group, and somehow or other in these types of environments, people will start to share because they feel in a safe environment, and the things that can transpire are pretty fantastic. Also, after my husband passed away in 2019, I really got back into my own meditation practice. I've spent a lot of time in meditation over this last number of years, and it's really elevated, I think, my understanding of the power of meditation. And melt has a lot of meditative practice to it. So there's a couple of opportunities for us to basically use melt in a meditation, as well as to teach you guys some meditation techniques. And some people say, you know, like that they don't think that they could meditate. They can't sit still. And the fact is, you don't need to sit still. There's walking meditations. There's all sorts of things we can do there. There is a schedule of events, and you can pick and choose what you want to do while you're there. You don't have to come to all of the things that we're offering, but I'm telling you, when I say magic and transformation happens at these events, I mean it. Like, I've literally seen miracles happen in these types of events. And here you're going to not only embody the melt method, but also create, refine, and advance, again, your self-care practice, your trust in thyself, your knowing of thyself. It is an opportunity to do that. Before we do the event, what's also included in this, it's not just the time that we're there, but you guys are going to all receive products. Once you register, you get the products and you get a free 30-day Melt on Demand access so that you can start learning and practicing the Melt fundamentals before the retreat. And you can also take live classes with me. And there's also recorded classes from some of the instructors who are actually going to be there at the retreat, which is also kind of exciting. You'll be able to meet them in person. So we ship out the hand and foot therapy kit and the soft body roller, and you're going to bring those tools with you. People always freak out, oh my gosh, can I actually bring a roller on the with me? And I say, yeah, you can. I mean, you can almost call it a support animal, but I just bring it with me with my carry-on. And when I put it in the where all the luggage goes, I just put it right up in front and close it, and it's fine. And that's how I've brought it with me many times. If there's a reason that you can't bring it, you can always let us know, but that's how we all do it. So some of the connections that we include in this is also a private Facebook group. So you not only get Melt on Demand, where you can start practicing. We have now a private Facebook group that will open up toward the end of summer. So you guys will have like maybe 2 months leading up to it, where you guys can connect. We'll post some videos that are just exclusive to you guys. I might even do some Zoom calls or some live chats on the page and kind of like let you guys know, where you guys can also interact with me there. And again, it's not just a way to connect with me, but the instructors, so that you can kind of get into that daily self-care practice. And here on this page, you can start sharing questions, really get your melt practice started, connect with an accountability partner, meet many of the instructors who are also coming to the event. And that's what's really exciting about this particular event, is that right now, we're almost full with how many people are coming, and we're actually at a 50-50 mark. 50% of the people coming are instructors, and 50% of the people who are coming are the general public. So I kind of am very excited about this, because I think we could maybe even create an accountability partner between you and a melt instructor leading up to the event. And then, you guys could do privates or whatever you want. You guys can connect that way, and maybe just enrich your connection to one of our community members, which our instructors are pretty colossal. They're pretty amazing. So kind of giving you a feel of what the event is going to be like. So on Saturday, the 28th, we all check in between 2 and 5 at the spa. And then from 5 to 6:30, we have 90 minutes to kind of meet everybody, just kind of walk around, talk to everybody, and then we'll sit down and we'll sort of set an intention. I don't know if anybody else knows about tarot, but I like giving everybody to pick a tarot card and see what the tarot card is. The beginning and the end of the sessions is quite interesting. And then we have a evening melt class to just let us all fall asleep. So it's kind of one of my melt before bed maps to kind of drop us into a good state for sleeping. And then in the morning, I have these meditation classes, again, completely optional. They're very early. Some of you guys are going to be like, I can't get up that early. No problem. You may not want to meditate, but we'll have a meditation class. Then we have breakfast, and then we have a melt class. And then for an hour, we have a melt technique tutorial, which is just refining your skills. So in the conversations that we'll have, there are certain moves that you might be having trouble with. And this would be the time to let us know what are the moves that you're not sure about. And then that way we can all practice it, learn from one another. And again, the fun thing about having the melt instructors is we might be able to split you guys into 2 and have one of the melt instructors very quickly clean up your practice and work that way together. And I think this could be very illuminating, and we could get a lot done in a week. And then again, there's lunch, and Kerrie Bodendorf, who you guys met, She's going to do a dance and melt session. We've got a few of those embedded into the class. They're super fun. And Kerrie can talk a little bit about that in a minute. And then we have one opportunity where on Monday, we're going to have this free time on one of the days from 9 o'clock in the morning till 3:30, where you could either do a private session with the melt instructor, or if you want, there's 2 excursions that we have booked, and you can pick which one you want to do. It's a zip line or a waterfall tour. They're really fun. I went to both of them the last time. It just depends upon, do you want to fly across the sky, or do you want to experience nature and waterfalls? They're both quite beautiful. And because we have so many instructors, I actually have an opportunity of time to refine our instructors' touch and visual skills to minimize their compensation, compensating and restore stability with their clients. And we're going to focus on different body techniques on a couple of the days that we're there. And this is also another opportunity, because oftentimes what we talk about are case studies in our sessions together. And so some of you guys might want to be a case study, which is an opportunity also. So again, just something for you guys to do. Kerrie's also going to be teaching melt classes, so that it's just sometimes fun to have someone else teach besides me. And then again, we have these moments where we can just have conversations about life and philosophy and anything that you want to talk about. For 90 minutes, you guys have me to talk about anything. And then we all can hang out and have dinner. The food is amazing here, by the way. Same thing continues on with each day. We've got these workshop style classes, again, breaking moves down a little bit more. We do have more free time where, again, if you guys wanted to connect with an instructor, you can do private sessions and one-on-ones. It's not included. That would be something that you could work out with our instructors. And again, I have another time with my instructors, and there's also a little bit more free time on a couple of these days. And then we have this Halloween melt class and groove. So if you want to bring a costume, because it is Halloween while we're there, that should be fun. And again, another conversation time. So we do have time to talk to one another and just kind of get into different topics, different things, whether it's body issues or whatever. It could be anything. It just depends on what you guys want to talk about. And again, all these things are optional. And then on Wednesday, same thing. It's really talking a little bit about neurostrength and embodying neurostrength. That's the other side of melt, is the stability techniques. These are more strength-based techniques. And once you know the 4 R's protocol, the 2 R's of neurostrength really help to culminate a lot of improvement in your overall function. And getting some of the hands-on assists with this over the next couple of days, this stuff could completely change your life. We also have free time, and Kerrie, who is it that's going to teach the Zumba class? I'm trying to remember.
Nancy Korf.
Nancy, exactly. Nancy Korf. That's going to be awesome.
That's going to be fun.
I'm going to do that one for sure. And then also we're going to have a conversation just about sticking to a practice, because it seems easy, but it's not very easy to actually stick to a practice. I've been in practice for most of my life here, doing some sort of movement-based practice. So for me, I don't think my life is anything without self-care. So I hope to be able to instill a little bit of that on you of how you maintain a daily self-practice. And then we're going to do a little hand and feet and rebalance with Kerrie. We've got this really crazy song that might again completely melt you down, but have a real moment here. And then Thursday, same thing, workshop style classes, adding neurostrength into our mix over this last couple of days. And then on Friday, same thing, more neurostrength. That's going to be more of a master class in how to map out a self-care treatment for yourself. Like, how do I figure out, because of who I am and what my issues are, how do I figure out what my melt map might be? And that might be what we talk about over the course of those days, is what is a melt map, and how do I formulate, and how do I know, like if I've got back pain, how would I know where my best place is to start? And we'll all be journaling the entire time. I encourage you guys actually to start your journal ahead of time, but we'll definitely be journaling while we're there. And then we have that final thought in closing, and one final dance. And we even have a drum circle set up. And then in the morning, we do have one final class. If you're still there early in the morning, we'll do a melt for travel class. So lots of things. I mean, it's packed with opportunities for you guys. And again, this is like huge to me, is that you can connect to an instructor. You guys are going to meet many of our top melt instructors. The list of instructors that are coming are impressive. I mean, we have some of our absolute top instructors who are here. Many of them are TAs for me in instructor training, so they are world class. And during the instructor refine sessions, again, we might have opportunities for anybody interested to be a case study and offer even more focused melt mapping and program design specific for you. These are also great ways for you to just, again, embody the practice and get more out of it. And again, who are our instructors? They are awesome humans. We've got fitness professionals on all walks of fitness. We've got many of them are manual therapists, acupuncture, physical therapists, chiropractors, even doctors. We've got a couple of physicians and healthcare practitioners. Also, the mental health care practitioners even have become melt instructors. And a lot of them are also just curious humans that are looking to help their community and have helped many people in their community get out of pain. The room style, so here's some of the stuff, and maybe Kerrie, maybe we can bring you on here to talk a little bit about this. So there aren't a lot of rooms left. A lot of the rooms that we did have are already sold out. This is what is remaining. If you are in need of a single room, we might be able to accommodate you. If you're already signed up in a single room, but you want to bring a roommate, or you want us to connect you with somebody, or maybe you realize that like somebody that you know is coming, we can definitely help to coordinate that with you guys. The cancellation policy, it's a $700 deposit. It's not refundable. Cancellations have to be made before the 28th of August. And to receive a refund minus the $700 deposit, cancellations made after that, it doesn't get refunded. And the final balance, which is the, tell me what that is, July 18th. What is the final?
That's when the final balance is due. So a lot of these people have already sent in their deposit. So you pay the $700 deposit to register, and then you will receive an invoice for your remainder sometime next week.
Got you. And one of the things, so we had this facility, there was at one point there were COVID restrictions. And so when the COVID restrictions were there, we had sold out, and then they opened it up. So that's why we're like, oh, well, I mean, that room could actually fit probably 15 more people. So we opened it up to this last little piece of this group, and this opportunity to come to this, we have to give back the rooms. I think that's when Kerrie.
Yep, it's the end of July.
Yeah. So this price includes the resort stay, 3 meals a day. The retreat is also included in this. The transportation shuttle that brings you from the airport to the resort and back again. The only thing that's not included is your airfare. So I actually think like for a week, this is pretty incredible pricing. And again, we kept the price of the actual event very inexpensive. And by far, in a way, you're getting probably $3,000 worth of self-care practice, $700 that's embedded into it. So where are you going to fly into? It is Santa Maria Airport. Some people call it San Juan Airport, but Santa Maria Airport. It's about a 25-minute drive. It's actually a very pretty drive. You're going to check in on Saturday, the 28th by 2. You'll fill out a little bit of paperwork with them. They give you a welcome orientation. They're going to walk you around so that you know where everything is. And then the checkout is Saturday, November 4th by 11 a.m. They settle any remaining balance due, any expenses that you had if you guys decided to do a massage or anything like that. You don't incur foreign transaction fees at Pura Vida if you're using a U.S. credit card, which is also great. The food. Let's talk about this food. This food is awesome. It's all fresh local produce. The last time we came, I mean, people were like, I can't stop eating, but you got to be mindful, right? Like, I mean, as much as it's great food, don't eat, don't overeat. They do it as a buffet style. As far as I know, they probably still do it that way. It is North American and Costa Rican vegetarian fish, chicken dishes. It really is fantastic. And they can accommodate if you are gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. If you let them know ahead of time, they will ensure that they they get you the food that you need. There is coffee, tea, alkalized water, filtered water all through the day. There is a wine and juice bar in the dining hall. The wine is sulfite free, the organic wines. They have American beers, they have bottled water. It's also just, they have these amazing smoothies that you can get, and they have like chai and turmeric elixirs. I mean, it's amazing. I would like to live here for a month and only eat that food and have somebody make this amazing food for me. The excursions that I had mentioned, the one-day excursion, it's included in your registration fee. You pick which one you want, zip lining or the waterfall. The other option for a half day or a full excursion, it is an additional cost, but there's a skywalk and a wildlife boat adventure. There's a hot spring adventure. There's whitewater rafting. There's a coffee plantation adventure. And if you saw, there were a couple of days where there's quite a bit of free time. So you could do another half day. I think if we did the first one on Monday, I think that the second opportunity, I think was on the Wednesday. But we can follow up with everybody on that if you wanted to pick a second day or you just wanted to do something else. You could pick one of these on that day and you know, you wouldn't miss much.
Right. And one of the half days is included in your cost, and any other excursion you want to do is at an additional cost.
Exactly. There's also the spa. This was kind of amazing. They do some body work that's actually in the spa, and it's pretty magical. I was actually trained in water work probably a decade ago, and it's so healing. It's so
I am getting that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm sure that their therapists are great. I might even indulge myself and do one with them as well. And there's also body work. They do bioenergy healing. There's holistic body work. There's also sound healing. We will be using sound healing in a couple of our sessions. We'll be using one of my friends, and I'll let them know, a lot of the Melt instructors have it. It is a journey box, and it has this incredible sound to it that is pretty miraculous, pretty healing. So in the meditations, we'll also use that as well. But the sound healing sessions, there'll be time. And again, we're going to coordinate with the spa to try to get some of these events to happen in the free time that we're there. So that, again, you're not missing anything to do these extras. There is a hot tub. There's this beautiful pool, pretty hot tub. There's also a little boutique. So if like somehow or other you forget stuff, there are some really cute clothes there, if that's what you want. We always encourage everybody to disconnect, although there is free Wi-Fi through the property. Some areas are less strong than others, but we just tell everybody, just unplug as much as you can. Let's take everything out, you know, keep it in the dining hall or the communal areas, you know, kind of keep everything sort of technology free there, and maybe just use your Wi-Fi in your room and such. And just let's really connect and disconnect to the world, but connect to one another.
Exactly.
Yeah. Kerrie, anything else we want to tell them in this one?
My heart's beating so fast. I am so excited. I think this is going to be a fabulous trip. So I know a few people in the chat were saying that they're on the fence. They're not sure. They wanted to come to this meeting first. You might want to book your room fast, because I'll tell you, we have tentelos left, and the tentelos are magnificent.
They are amazing.
I'm not a camper, and I have stayed in a glamping tent with a real bed and electricity. It is not like you're staying in a tent, believe me. We've got a bunch of tentelos left. We've got a few vistas left. All of the other rooms beside the tentelos have private bathrooms. And I think we only have one A-frame and one tri-level left. So the rooms are selling out fast. So if you're thinking about it, you might want to jump on it quick.
Yeah, this is kind of it. I know, Julie, you're asking about gluten-free, dairy-free. They do have gluten-free and dairy-free options there, but if you just let them know, hey, I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, they're going to point you to where it is. And the last time we went, because we had a lot of people with a lot of food intolerances, they even had what was in all of the food sitting in front of all of the food, so that you knew if it was gluten-free, dairy-free. So, but I mean, there's gobs of selection there.
Yeah. Someone's asking if the outlets are like US outlets. Sue, do you remember?
I believe that they were US outlets.
I will double check on that, but I'm pretty sure the answer is yes.
I'm pretty sure that they were, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
You do not need to bring any yoga mats. They have yoga mats, they have bolsters, they have blocks, they have all of that. But what's really important is that you bring your roller and your ball kit. That's the important piece of it.
So the cost includes the excursion. It does, unless you pick a second excursion, but the excursion is included. And you can just pick which of the two. That half-day excursion, that's included in it. Your room is included in it. The event and all of my time is included in it. It's everything. The majority of what you're paying for is your room. So it's mostly the room. The cost of the event is, if you came to see me 3 times, you'd spend more money. Okay, so you'd have 3 hours with me. You have a week with me, right? And how many total participants? I'm not sure what is the total that could end up coming in. I'm not sure.
I think the total that we could end up coming is 70, and it depends on the private room. So someone's asking about the private rooms. If you go to the website and you're only seeing a double room is available, please email help@meltmethod.com and they can change that to a single room for you as long as we have rooms left. So if you really don't want to have a roommate assigned to you or you're not coming with anyone, we can change the Tentelos and what else did I say is a Vista to a single accommodation. And the Vistas do have a private bathroom.
And somebody's asking about, is the space available with yoga props available at off times? It is. Yeah, the rooms are open. And so if you even wanted to just take a yoga mat to your room and do something in your room, you can do that also.
Yeah, I think what they ask us to do is take a yoga mat and have that as your dedicated yoga mat for the week. So you could even carry your yoga mat around with you. That way you don't have to wash it after every class. And there are 3 beautiful spaces. There are 2 really big studio spaces, and then there's a smaller, I think it also has some gym equipment in it, but you can use any of those as long as there's not a class going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I sort of showed you guys our schedule, but once we get there, like if there's a big conglomerate of you guys that actually would need more help, we might even just split you guys into groups where half of them will come with me and half of them will go with Kerrie in 2 separate rooms on one day. And then on another day, we'll flip and people will come with me. And then that way we have a little bit more of an intimate setting. But again, here's the really cool thing is that we have melt instructors coming. And so that offers huge opportunities with one another, melt instructors working with each other, melt instructors getting to meet you guys. So I really think that there's kind of a magic opportunity here for a lot of development and growth. What is the name of the area again? So this is up in so if you just look it up online.
And I put the website in the chat. I'll put it in there again.
Vida. So it's on the northeast coast. It's not on the west coast of Costa Rica. It's on the east coast of Costa Rica.
The other question, Sue, great question. Can I bring a travel roller instead of a full roller? You're going to be shipped a full roller. So
yeah, you can bring 2 travel rollers. You can bring 2 because you want to be able to lie the length of the roller, right? And we'll have some extra. I will bring some extra. I will bring some half rollers and some full rollers. I'll probably bring a bag of, like just to have some extra half rollers, so that people really just have to bring a roller. But yeah, I mean, you'd want a full roller because there's a lot of neurostrength stuff that we want to tackle too.
Andre, you're asking if you get a private Vista, is there a chance you'll be bumped because not enough rooms? If you're able to book a Vista, then the Vista is yours. So I would book a Vista, and if you want it as a private Vista, immediately email help@meltmethod.com and we'll change it to a single for you. It's just the single rate is slightly higher than the double rate.
What else? Let me look up here.
What questions do you have?
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and unmute yourself if you got anything to ask.
Can I, this is Affy. Hi. 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 So, I've spoken with Melissa on this. She helped me out. I think the answer was that I have to deal with the resort directly. I need to come in a night in advance and get that extra night for myself, because coming from LA, I want to take a direct flight.
I have an answer for you. I've
Okay.
already spoken to Nicole about this. They have other, it's either they have another event going on or the resort is closed the night before. So if you do want to come in a night before, it is possible. And we do have recommendations for places to stay at the airport. So then the next morning you can get your shuttle and take it directly to the resort.
Oh, okay, because I called their reservation line and they seem to be open to it, like, yeah, okay, reserve with us. But I
Things may have
wasn't,
changed.
Okay.
Yeah. So
because I wasn't specific about the date. I just said the melt event. I need to get in the because I mean, there's direct flight would get in at 11 p.m. after meet and greet, after
Right, right.
almost the first afternoon, you know.
yeah.
And
So
the
anything
other
that
flights
happens
take 19
or-
hours,
Right.
you know, like with
No,
two
I get
flights.
it. I get it. So if you wanted to come in early, contact the resort, but I'm pretty sure they said that they didn't have anything available the day before. So
Great.
you might have to stay at the airport, but that would have to be handled with the resort, and that goes for staying a day after as well. That's all going to be handled through the resort themselves, not us.
Okay, so they'll tell me what is the hotel by the airport. I would have.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
I know somebody's asking, any plans to bring the retreat back to Utah? Maybe next summer, Kerrie might do one there. I'm actually looking to do some retreats in Europe before I do one back in Utah. So Kerrie might lead one out there instead. So we'll see.
I would love to. I love me some Red Mountain. Someone's asking, what time should we be at the airport on the 28th? This is the beauty of being 25 minutes from the resort. You're going to actually set your own shuttle time, and you may be arriving with other guests. Once you register, you'll get an email with a link to book your own shuttle, and the shuttle will pick you up right at the airport. So that is set to whenever you're arriving, which is kind of nice. So you don't have to wait for a whole bunch of other people.
Any other questions?
What kinds of clothes should we bring?
Well, again, you're in the rain clouds, which means that it can be humid. It can also be cool. There were some mornings that I thought were cool. I had a sweatshirt. I'm a layer person. Your best bet is to have layers. The studio that we're in mostly is open air, and there are just fans, and so it's quite lovely. It's not hot. It's kind of perfect climate. I really have to say it was like 70 when we were there. And but it was also, but with the fans on, you know, I mean, I almost some of the days got cold in the room. But it's very pleasant there.
Casual, would you say? Do people dress for dinner?
Not really. I mean, you can. I think it's really up to you. I mean, I don't wear my fitness clothes when I go to dinner, but then again, I'm not going to like get all clammed out for everybody. I will probably have my hair in braids again. I just got back from being away for 11 days in Europe, and this is my braided hair, so I don't have to bring any hair care products. I highly recommend it to anyone else.
Make it easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would just bring layers. I would bring comfortable clothing. I do believe that there are washer and dryers there also. So like if you...
It says there's a laundry service and there is a fee. That's what it says on the website.
Yeah, I think that's something. I remember somebody washing clothes, but you know, again, I would just bring comfortable clothing. I don't bring high heels. Don't bring glammy shoes. Just bring comfortable shoes, bring some fit flops. I will tell you, as you can see here, the majority of the people who are coming are women. I think right now we might have like 4 men coming.
Yeah, we might have a few more than that. My husband's coming. A few other melt instructors' husbands are coming.
Yeah. My cousin Dane is coming. He's gonna film, and
I think we might have more like 8.
yeah, maybe
So
8.
it's a good.
We've got
it's a
like
good,
so many people coming, and there's 8 men. So
great question, Terry. Teresa's asking if they have to bring Costa Rican money. So no, the everything can be done in American dollars, and gratuities. I do have something on my sheet here. Their prices do not include tips. And what Nicole suggested to me, that's my contact person at Pura Vida, is at the end of the week, if you just leave $50 per person, not per like employee, but you as a person leave $50. They actually pool all the money and tip everybody out, excluding spa services. If you have a spa service, you definitely tip your massage therapist. If you have a tour, definitely tip your tour guide. But as far as, the people that wait on us and clear our places and that kind of thing, if you give $50 per person, so just make sure you have that at the end of your trip. And you can use a US-based credit card. I don't know about how that works with other countries. So that would be a question for the resort. I just wanted to talk about bugs too, because I was wondering about that. I'm like, are there a lot of mosquitoes? And they actually say that there's not a lot of mosquitoes.
There were none. We were kind of shocked. That's what I said. I was like, oh my God, are there going to be bugs everywhere? And actually Jackie, who stayed in one of the Tentalos, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe we have you in a Tentalo. And she said, no, it's kind of awesome. I really am enjoying myself. And so I guess it's because of that area that we're in and all of the coffee or something they said. I don't know what it was, but it like minimizes the bugs or something. But yeah, it was very bug free.
So someone's asking too, if they bring hiking boots. So what I would suggest for you is go to the website. I just posted it again in the chat. Go to the website and click on excursions, because some of the excursions you might want water shoes, you might want hiking boots, or at least like a sturdy sneaker to walk in. Some of the terrain looks a little, a little choppy. So I would definitely bring something to walk in, not just flip-flops.
Yeah, we did the zip line, and it was I just had my sneakers on.
Yeah. And then Sue, how was the pool? Someone's asking if it's more of a wading pool or can you actually swim in the pool?
Can you swim in the pool?
And it looks kind of big.
No, it's a pretty nice size pool. I mean, it is, sorry for all the background. It's a pretty good size pool. I mean, it's not an Olympic size pool, but it's a nice swimming pool, where you could do laps.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, but I do have a suggestion. I know I've taken many trips to India and I never take a malaria shot or anything like that for mosquitoes. I start taking neem pills, natural. It's all natural, a week before I go. And neem, somehow mosquitoes don't like it. It has
good tip.
no smell or anything.
Not mosquitoes, I'm telling you. There are
but in case.
I think the only thing I saw sometimes were flies, and that was like when we were up in the when we did the zip line. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I'm wishing you guys all a big thank you. I hope that many of you guys will join us. I see some of you guys are already signed up, and so I genuinely appreciate that. And if you have any other questions for us, you can just email info@meltmethod.com. I encourage you to go to meltmethod.com and click on while it says instructor trainings. I don't know why our events are under instructor trainings where no one on the planet will ever find it, but that's where it is. And
I'll post it in the chat.
Yes. And so, you can find it there. And I think that if you registered for this, we'll probably send you an email with like what we talked about. And for Melt instructors, I look forward to seeing many of you guys there. It'll be really fun to actually have some in-person time with everybody. Yeah. I'll see you all soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.